Welcome, welcome, welcome. So now for the second video, we're going to do rotation of a shape or figure, right? And so before, I know we talked about rotating a point. However, this time we're going to rotate a figure, and I'm going to kind of do it two ways. I'm going to rotate it clockwise at 270 degrees, and I'm going to rotate it counterclockwise at 90 degrees and show you guys it's the same shape, it's the same figure, right? And so as we have this shape, we're going to click on rotate about a point. So access to select the shape and then a point of rotation. So the point of rotation for me is going to be 270 degrees clockwise. And so when it shows up, it's going to show up in this shape right here. Now notice, this point is literally just rotating 90 degrees this way, right? So if I was just to happen to select a point and then rotate it, it will give me the same point. So let's test that theory out. So I select that one point, rotate it about that one point, and let's say I want to do negative 90 degrees clockwise. It'll give me that same exact point because 270 degrees and negative 90 degrees mean the same thing, right? So it's the same number essentially, right? So now as we pay attention to this, we started off with x comma y, and then we ended up rotating it, and this ended up standing vertically. So that means we have now negative y comma x, right? And so that would be our equation. Notice we have 2, 2 here, and we have negative 2, 2, right? So I know some of you might still be a little bit unclear about all of this. So let's go ahead and start all over together. And let's see how these equations come about, right? So we're going to go ahead and start in this quadrant right here. Just going to draw a regular polygon, a triangle, and then we're going to see how this thing moves. I'm going to go ahead and label all my points and values so we can kind of see them, because I want all whole numbers. I do not want to deal with any fractions if I have the choice. So that means I'm going to move this in some and down so that I can have the whole numbers that I'm looking for, right? I can move this point. So now what I want to do, I still want to rotate about the origin. So I'm going to select my shape, rotate about the origin, and I want to do 90 degrees clockwise. All right. So now we see what happens. We see that our C value now, which is our pre-image, and now we have our image denoted C prime. So now we notice the X and the Y value still changed. And so now we're dealing with some different numbers where we can visually see it, right? So we had negative 3 comma 1, and now we have 1 comma positive 3. So as we rotated here, our Y value or our X value went to the positive side. The Y value was already on the positive side. So our expression went from X comma Y to Y comma negative X. Why negative X? Because we have a positive 3 here, we have a negative 3 here. So in order for that negative 3 to become positive, we have to say negative X. So this is kind of what it looks like, right? So let's say, for instance, I want to rotate this same image about a point. However, I want to do counterclockwise at 270 degrees. So I click on rotate about a point, select my shape, my image, my point of rotation. Then I'm going to click 270 degrees. Now, if I do counterclockwise, it's going to give me this same exact shape, because 90 degrees clockwise, meaning 90 degrees going to the right. So going from here to here is 90 degrees counterclockwise. 270 counterclockwise will mean 90 plus another 90, which means 270. So if I was to say I want to rotate this triangle at 180 degrees, it will put it in this quadrant. And so this is kind of the basis of how we rotate a figure in the quadrant plane.